Hello, and a very warm welcome back to your Fertility Counselor podcast and our series, Your IVF Reset series. And to this final episode of our journey together through the months of April. Over the past weeks, we've walked step by step from reflection to preparing for your appointments to navigating hormone stimulation to egg retrieval. And today we arrive at a space that often feels very tender, the stage of fertilized embryos. So it's a warm place. It's a place full of love and magic. I can't wait to get started. So sit back, relax, and let's begin.
Hello, and a warm welcome to my podcast show, Your Fertility Counselor. I'm your host, Tanya Fessler, and together we will dive into all things fertility, offering support, expert insights, and practical evidence-based advice for anyone navigating their fertility journey. So grab a cup of tea and make yourself comfortable. Let's get started.
When I think of fertilization, I see myself being in the laboratory and taking a sneak peek over the shoulder of one of my favorite embryologists and witnessing the magic of fertilization and seeing how that sperm is being injected into the egg and how these two start to do the magic dance and developing into embryos. And then also going back during the thawing process when they come out of the freezer, and then slowly you see them being transferred into that womb-like liquid. And under the microscope, you can see that they are pulsating. There is energy in these embryos. So they might not be a heartbeat because the heartbeat will be detected much later. But at this stage, and this would be often your day 5 embryo, when you can witness embryos under a microscope and you can see how it's pulsating, this is a magic moment. So today is all about these beautiful, precious embryos. The egg, the sperm that did a dance, married, and formed these beautiful embryos. So this phase can feel different. It can feel quieter in some ways, but also deeply charged because now there is something there, something that holds possibility, hope, and often a lot of emotions. So many people describe this stage as emotionally complex. You might feel hope and fear at the same time, excitement, and the need to protect yourself, moments of connection and moments of distance. And you might find yourself thinking, what if this works? What if it doesn't? And moving back and forth between those two spaces. If that feels familiar, you are not alone. This is one of the most delicate emotional spaces in the IVF journey. And as I said earlier in my last week's episode, next to egg retrieval, the embryo transfer is the second highest stress factor that many clients are experiencing going through IVF journey. Because simply, this is also where you ultimately realize once the embryo is transferred into your body, there is nothing that you can do about it. It's out of your control. And it's up to nature. It's up to your body and your embryo to form that dream team. And this can be hard. It can be super challenging. So we also call this phase sometimes it's like the kind of in between. You are no longer where you were before, but you are not yet at the ultimate outcome. And that in between, there is very little you can do. No injections, very often no appointments to prepare for it, just waiting. Waiting and being. So in this quieter space, a lot can rise to the surface. You might notice your mind trying to predict outcomes, a tendency to Google, search, compare, moments of imagining the future, but then followed by pulling yourself back to avoid disappointment. So you might feel hopeful one moment and guarded the next, and that back and forth. And this can feel really exhausting because it consumes so much energy. So again, as for those who know me, I love to share practical tips. So here are my 3 gentle anchors for this phase. Number 1, you don't have to choose between hope and protection. Sometimes it can feel like you have to decide, do I allow myself to feel hopeful or do I protect myself from disappointment? But what if you don't have to choose? You can hold hope and still be gentle with your heart. Hope does not make the fall harder. It simply allows you to stay connected to what matters to you. Number 2, gently come back to the present moment. Your mind will naturally want to go into the future. That's what minds do. But when you notice that happening, see if you can gently come back to now. What is here today? Your breath, your body, this moment. You don't have to solve the future today. It's not necessary. Number 3, create small moments of steadiness. This phase doesn't need big strategies. It needs small, steady anchors. This could be a daily walk, a quiet cup of tea, a conversation that feels safe, a moment of stillness, things that remind you. Life is still here alongside this process. So a gentle note on letting be. There is something about this stage that invites letting be. Not pushing, not forcing, not trying to control what cannot be controlled. Just allowing things to unfold. And I know that this can feel incredibly hard because you care and because this matters. And sometimes the most supporting thing you can do is to step back just a little and trust. So whatever happens from here, you will meet it. You have already moved through so much. You have shown courage, vulnerability, strength, and none of that is lost, no matter the outcome. And before we close this series, let's take a moment together. If you can, gently place a hand on your heart. Take a slow breath in and a soft breath out. And ask yourself, can I allow myself to be here without needing to know what comes next? And what would it feel like to trust just this moment? Stay with that for a breath. So as we come to the end of this series, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to walk alongside you through this past month. My intention with this series was very simple, to remind you that you are not alone, to offer you a space to come back to yourself, and to support you, not just medically, but emotionally through this journey. And even though this series is coming to an end, that support continues. If you feel that you would like more support, whether that's guidance, space to process, or simply someone to walk alongside you more closely, this is the work I do every single day with individuals and couples on their fertility journey. And I feel so humbled and so honored when I can witness the shifts, the magic, the empowerment, the courage, the vulnerability, the heart, and the love that my clients are carrying. And this is where I always feel so incredibly grateful and privileged that I can pursue and share my passion in this field and continue to carry the mission that you are not alone wherever you sit, whether you are in Asia, Europe, Australia, New Zealand. We have listeners in North America, South America. It's amazing. And I feel truly, truly humbled. So wherever you are, I want you to know that I love you and that I'm here for you. So until next week, stay tuned, take care of yourself, be gentle with your heart, and remember, you don't have to do this alone. And see you next week.
Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Fertility Counselor podcast. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. If you need support or have any questions, reach out to us via email at inquiries@counselingconnects.com. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Fertility Connects. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to learn more about us and the services we offer, head to www.fertilityconnects.com. And if you're looking for support beyond fertility, visit www.counselingconnects.com. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.